Three women break down.
Three women break down life as mothers, wives, and boss bitches, all while keeping it together with coffee, duct tape, therapy, smut books, and each other.
Get the kinks out with us.
Hi. Hey guys. How we feeling this morning?
We're feeling.
Feeling feelings?
Yeah. It was a rough one over here this morning, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Kids, man.
Exactly. Kids, man.
Well, we're talking about girl bossing today because all three of us are, or as Mary Beth likes to say, business girl. But you have to say like girl, like with the
Girl.
girl.
Yeah.
Business girl. Actually with a little Russian accent.
It's actually a little bit Russian, but yeah, no, we are business girls.
That's how she says it. Oh. Business girls.
Business girls. That is what Ilya would call us. He would be like, these are my business girls.
We are his. I mean, that's all. There's only one way to put it. So anyway, welcome to Kinks Out. We're going to talk about girl bossing today.
She's like so far away.
She sure is.
Am I?
You look like you're like rowing a boat like towards the screen.
I am.
What?
Actually. I am
Why
rowing
is she
about
rowing?
towards the screen.
Towards
I have
the
my
screen.
iPad turned the other way today because I liked the angle a little better for me. So maybe
Love
that's
that for
why.
you.
And so I could row my boat.
I love it.
I've never rowed a boat before, FYI.
What kind of boat are you in? A canoe, a kayak?
I've never done any sort of boating like that. That's not true, actually. My senior year of high school, we had to take the high school I went to, you have to take like a swimming class every year, but your senior year you take kayaking in the pool.
Yes. Well, I went to the same school.
Oh yes, well, that's right. We did go. We did do.
My school had to do that too.
Did you? But only in freshman year.
I don't remember what year it was.
Yeah, freshman
year. But I
year,
remember because I was a swimmer and like I had to put kayaks in the pool and we were all like, this is the stupidest thing we've ever had to do.
Yeah, we had our senior year of high school was like a kayaking. And I was, this is totally off topic, I'm sorry, but Jenny started it. I was saying I was rowing a boat, but I was a senior in this class, obviously with other seniors, and we were all like, we just got our tattoos because we're 18, so we can't get wet. And the teacher was like, just get in the kayak. And funnily enough,
my God,
my gym teacher at that school has kids in our district, and like I see him places, and he's still like, the first time I saw him, he like called me by my maiden name because that's what he called me, and I was like, this is weird. Our children play sports together.
That's so weird. Oh my gosh.
I'll tell you who it is later. Anyway.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Business girls.
All right. Yes, business girls. All right, listen. So you know me, whenever I like spearhead a episode, I'm like, facts. Where did the term girl bossing come from? Like the stupid stuff. Like, but so some people like the term girl boss, some don't. We'll dive into that. But do you remember? So I think it was Sophie or Sophia, but the girl from Nasty Gal. Do you ever hear of her? That clothing company, Nasty Gal.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah. So she was kind of like the person who coined the term girl boss because it was like over 10 years ago. She wrote that book, #girl boss.
Oh, see, I never read that. I didn't know that.
Well, the more you know. I read that book actually, but I liked it. There's like controversy behind her and stuff now, I guess, from Nasty Gal. But that was one of the places that kind of like made the term girl boss.
You mean to
popular.
say that girl boss is not like in the 1800s dictionary?
She girl bosseth.
Do you mean to tell me that Kathy from Wuthering Heights was not a girl boss?
She was a girl boss in her own right. She sure was.
What?
She did what she needed to do for herself. She
right. But then she had so many regrets. We're not going to get into weathering.
That will deep down. Well, yeah.
I like the term girl boss. I like it because I want little girls who like to hear it and be like, that can be me. I can be a girl boss. If you're a woman, like the term woman is so strong too, woman, but like a girl boss, like my toddler, I guess she's almost not a toddler anymore, is a freaking girl boss in her own way. And I know that like
sure is.
She's a lot, but I really hope that like benefits her in the long run, you know? Like I think she could potentially take over the entire world if she really wanted to and be a girl boss. So I do. I like the term girl boss. I think it's like, it's strong.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Like, I don't feel like it undermines women. I mean, you can take any term and put a negative, connotation over it. Like, it's not necessarily, it depends on how it makes you feel. But yeah, like, I don't have a problem with it. Shug, do you?
No. I mean, it's much better than being called like a ma'am boss.
Ugh.
A ma'am boss. Businesswoman, like you said, yeah, it sounds good, but I feel like I need a briefcase if I'm a businesswoman.
Yes, like a businesswoman is its own like brand of being a girl boss in my mind. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, she's a businesswoman.
Like a corporate businesswoman.
A corporate businesswoman, yes. Yeah, so there's different.
What's her name? Diane Keaton in Baby Boom.
Yes.
Did you ever watch that movie?
Yes. My God, R.I.P. I love her.
I watched that movie like probably 80 times. I loved it.
I love that movie.
Love Diane Keaton. Oh my God, I just got so sad.
All right, episode's over.
It's over. What about Diane Keaton? She was a fucking girl boss.
She really was.
Love Diane
God. Keaton. She was a businesswoman.
She was a businesswoman and a girl boss. Just like she was all the things. Anyway.
Love it. All right. So, Jenny, you and I have run our own businesses for a long time. Like I have 2 businesses. The first one is over 10 years old. I feel like I date myself when I say that. And my second business, so like photography is my first business that I've been running for over 10 years. And Jenny just laughs at me. She's like old. What?
You date yourself because 10 years, and I'm like, I've been running my business for 22 years.
22 years.
22 years.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
You're a girl boss.
Yeah, it is amazing.
You should be really proud of yourself.
You should also have a briefcase, though. I feel like you're like double. You're like a girl boss businesswoman.
No.
Her briefcase
Don't
would
make
be
that face.
Like, it would not be like a briefcase. There would be like snacks in it and trinkets and like crystals.
All the stickers that she doesn't put on her water bottles.
It would be covered in stickers. I want to make you a sticker briefcase now.
No, it would just be a deep Mary Poppins purse. And I would like pull out like a humongous like stuffed giraffe or something like that.
Yes. Or like from Halloween Town. How like whenever
I love
that the bag just like keeps going, that would be your girl boss briefcase.
It would be.
Sure would. But wow, 22 years for your photography business.
Which is hard to believe because considering I'm like 28 years old. So like
I know. I was just gonna say
you've been doing it since you were
It's so crazy that you started this in kindergarten.
It's wild. That's so wild. You're so talented.
You are, though. I look at your pictures and it's crazy to me, your attention to detail and like how much you genuinely care about like the people you photograph too. Like it's just so crazy. I will never forget the wedding you photographed with the what were those bugs? The bugs.
The cicadas?
The lantern flies. No, the lantern flies. Where you edited out like a bazillion lantern flies. I would have been like, pick a different spot. There's too many bugs. And you had to like individually edit out lantern flies. It was just, you're just so like.
For sure.
You blocked that out. You suppressed that.
Did. Yes. Now you brought it
You were like, no, don't.
of my
Do you have therapy soon?
all my
Lantern for
therapists
life.
keep dumping me.
So we're your therapist now.
Yes.
Have a seat on the couch.
Yes.
You are a girl boss, and Rach, you are a girl boss in like multiple ways.
She just has a new business for like this is what I told her when I met her. Like, I'm really good at coming up with ideas. I'm terrible at implementing ideas, which is why you need a Rachel in your life, because
100%.
you have an idea, she has an idea, like the next day, like it has a tax ID. Like,
Stop.
like
100%.
it doesn't make sense.
Anytime I have an idea for literally anything and I don't know how to execute it, I'm like, Rach, here's my idea. And within an hour, she's like, here you go.
Yeah.
Like, delivered.
Yeah, it's like,
and I'm like, thank you, great, love ya. Like, it's true. You have that like ability to just like ignore everything else.
Sure do.
Your hyperfixation is amazing.
Her ADHD is a different ADHD than I have. My ADHD is just like, I'm just going to stare at the ground for the next hour. In that hour, you have created multiple things.
Some might call that manic.
Right. No, we're putting a positive spin on all of this. Okay? None of this is meant to be negative. Your kids are alive. They're healthy. You're fine.
Right? The laundry piles up. So that's my problem. We can segue. Why do I use the word segue so often?
A lot. There's a lot of segueing going on lately.
I hate it. But no, like that is actually part of a problem for me is I thrive on business ideas and rolling with them and taking them, like hence how we have a book club and now a podcast. You guys were like, we should. And then I was like, we will. Here we are.
That's not true. You two said you were starting a podcast and I heard the word podcast and was like, I'm in. And you were like, oh, okay.
Jenny's like, I don't know you, but
I was like, by the way, I've joined this podcast.
Couldn't succeed without you.
But I was also like, no, there's no way we actually have a podcast, because I just came up with an idea, not knowing yet that Miss Rachel would take us.
Miss Rachel, our own little Miss Rachel.
Oh,
yes, she would take us.
Yeah, it's my husband, I think, loves and hates my ambition all at the same time. He'll be like, what business are we starting this week? So that's why because I haven't, my other business I actually have with my dad, we make Montessori inspired toys. And so that's a whole other like big thing that we do, website and all of that. Unfortunately. What?
List your businesses. Tell them.
I mean, it's really only those two.
Well, you didn't say that you were a photographer first.
Yeah, so my 10+ year business is photography. So that's also, like we have said in the past, part of how we met is in the wedding business industry, but I don't do weddings anymore.
And Rachel photographed my engagement pictures and my wedding. You can't tell, but these pictures, I have them blurred, but these pictures were all taken by Rachel.
Yeah.
Right here.
Look at that.
And that's why they are extremely dated, but I don't want to change them because I'm like, no, Rachie took them.
They were, yeah. How long have you been married?
It'll be 13 years this year.
You were like in those first couple years that I photographed weddings.
Yeah, and my wedding, oh my God, my wedding was so lame, but whatever.
You were so cute. You were at that church with the big red doors.
Right, that part was fine.
We took pictures.
Yeah, I love all those pictures, but I was pregnant at my wedding.
You sure were.
And I mean, you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell I was pregnant.
No, but were you tired?
I was tired, and like I just, in my mind, as soon as we found out I was pregnant, I wanted to do things like very differently.
Yeah.
And my mother-in-law, who I love, was very set on it being this way. So I would say like there's so many things I would have done differently and everything, but like I just kind of let her run the show because I was like, dude, I have to have a baby now. So we were
You're like, my
engaged.
mind is
like,
in
we
baby
were planning.
mode.
Yeah, it's like we were planning our wedding. And then I remember like I had to call you and be like, by the way, we're doing this in May, not October.
Yep, I remember that.
But anyway,
I
was like, BT dubs.
It was great.
Anyway.
It was beautiful. You were beautiful. You guys can just do like a fun, like 20-year anniversary.
There we go.
And we'll do a shoot for it.
Rachie photographs for my wedding.
Wait, you what?
I said I can see Josh going for that. Another photo session.
He loves it. He loves getting his pictures taken.
Does he?
I'm joking.
Oh,
no,
she's
I'm
sarcastic.
joking.
Oh my God.
That's why we have hardly any family photos, because it's like, you would think that I was like holding a gun to his head when we did it. Like, he hates it. And he's like, I think seriously, and we've done like 3 family photo sessions and like the 13 years we've had kids. Like, it's bad.
I make my family do it every year. Every year.
Twice a year.
He hates it.
Actually,
I need to.
It's twice
I wish
a year
I did.
because we do them at Easter too.
I wish I did. And
just force
like,
him.
I know. Anyway.
I just hand my husband his clothes and be like, here you go. You must be with us this day. And like,
he'd do it if I was really like, no, this is important to me. But it's just like painful. He'll be like, didn't we just do these? And I'll be like, yeah, 5 years.
Yeah.
Like the last time we took family pictures, Quinn couldn't even sit up on her.
What if you do a whole hunting theme in the woods and you're in a tree tower?
Tree stand. You're in a tree stand. Family tree stand.
Like a Duck Dynasty family photo shoot.
Oh my God.
Is that still a thing?
It's a revive. There's a new, there's a revive. They actually came back and they did like they have a new series now. It's called The Revival.
I used to love that show.
I thought that show was hilarious.
I thought it was funny.
And the one guy I thought was really hot, Jace.
You what?
I thought Jace was really hot.
He was okay.
I don't remember who's who.
They all look very similar to me.
Yeah, it's just beards. The beard. That's all I can think of is just the beards.
But then they got
what?
very religious. Like
they've always been very religious. But I was going to say, speaking of girl bosses, the one girl on there, Sadie, has like multiple of her own businesses and stuff like that. Like she does.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She has a podcast that she does. She does the Live Original tour, which is like, it's very religious based and everything like that.
Yeah.
But she goes on tour and speaks and stuff like that. And she runs all of it. So
That's
there we
really
go.
Cool.
We just tied Duck Dynasty into our girl boss episode.
Who would have thought? Not me.
What's next?
So, Mary Beth, our business girl.
Yes, I am entering the business girl world. I like don't even know where to start because like we're still in the process of it, but we are in the process of like not buying, I guess, but like making our Kinks Out brand official and everything like that. And Jenny made us a website, but because they already have their own businesses, their husbands won't let them add anything else to their taxes. And as Rachel's husband said, I'm fresh meat. He did. He called me fresh meat that one day.
So as we were all like, we need to make this official, Jenny and I were both like,
yeah. And I was like, oh, me. Because truly, like, I have been a stay-at-home mom for almost 13 years. So, like, in the tax idea of it, it's very simple for me to, I say it's simple. I don't actually know. And I will run this ship pretty tight. Get ready.
But that's the thing. Yes. Like, that's a good quality to have because my ship is sinking. My ship has a lot of holes in the bottom of the boat.
You two are a little too floopy for me. To put in charge of this based on what I know about, like, Rach, I know your mom does your taxes and you just like hand her a shoebox of envelopes.
No, listen, don't get me like audited, bitch. No, I'm kidding. I do it very properly. No, I just, make it harder on myself. Yes. And like my mom organizes my taxes, but we have accountants.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So she doesn't like do them, but yes, like I could very much, hi mom, I love you. I could very much cut her out of the equation if I was just an organized person, but I'm a creative and I'm not an organized.
Right. Whereas I am the organized side of this. Because before I had kids, I worked in a hair salon that was female owned. My boss was the coolest. I actually worked for 2 hair salons and they both had like the coolest females who owned them. I'm still good friends with my original boss. Her name's Lois. We're still pretty close.
Name.
She's the cutest human. I love her so much. And she was a great boss and everything and owned her own business. And she had like the hair side, the tanning side, like all this stuff. Loved her. But I was her manager. I did all of the like ordering for stuff. I like, those sides of it. I helped with payroll, like all of it. I kept things organized as best I could for her. And I loved it. Like, I love a good sit down, let me organize these papers moment. I could be your mom.
My papers are just like doodled on. I'm like, that'd be a cool tattoo. And then I just like,
right.
I'm like, oh shit, that was a receipt that I needed. And I colored on it.
Yeah, no, that's not how we're going to do this. I'm actually probably just going to handle all the purchasing for our little group here.
You probably, yeah. You got it covered.
But it's very exciting for me because I think that for a really long time, all I did was I was very, very mom focused. And I still am. That's still like my number one thing. But it's been so fun for me to have that. Like, I don't consider myself a creative, but my version of like my creative, I don't want to say juices because it's gross, but like my creative energy is starting to come out.
Your creative moisture.
No, thank you. My creativeness. My creative energy, creative vibes are starting to come out where, like I said, but I can't always execute it. So I'll be like, hey, Rach, hey guys, how do I do this? And you guys do it for me. So yes, I am new to the business world. I have a meeting with my accountant next month.
I'm so proud of you. That's so cute.
To do and get this rolling because I do have a ton of ideas, but I want to make it legit for everybody's sake. But yeah, I'm ready to be a business girl. I'm going to have kids in school all full time next year. I have time to dedicate to it. Yeah, we need to talk about that actually and get that.
What?
The at Evans Bakery.
Did we need to sign something for that, I feel like? Isn't it starting soon? We need to look at the email. That was kind of your
what we're talking about.
See, this is.
She's like,
remember how?
Are we?
No, Evan Lee is doing that like consignment thing, and we're gonna have a little booth in it. Where is that piece of hair coming from there?
That makes it's here.
So we need to look into that and get that going, so we don't lose our spot. And that Jenny's gonna work a shift in it so that we get it for a good price. Sorry. I was fidgeting.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to have a little storefront type deal. And yeah, I'm really excited. It's been really fun getting to like start with this and then just like, oh, this is cool. This is cool. Like I want to keep going with it. Very much so.
But yeah, we can kind of, I cannot think of another word other than segue. Somebody fucking help me.
We can transition.
We're going to transition into, no, that's just too, I don't know. Either way. So when you talk about motherhood though, I find, and I really want to hear your take on this, Jenny, how to balance things because it is so fucking hard. But like you said, Mary Beth, motherhood has always been my number one. That's actually why I stopped photographing weddings, was because we grew our family more and it just wasn't feasible for me to be gone every weekend, especially in the fall and summer when, there's so many like kids activities as they got older and birthday parties and all of that. Like we couldn't, I couldn't be gone the whole weekend. So for me, I just like couldn't do it anymore. And so that's why I transitioned out of that and started doing newborn and family photos instead. So finding the balance, I think, is one of the hardest parts. How do you do that? How do you balance like the house, yourself, the kids, your spouse?
I know what she's going to say.
Look around. Let me turn this computer around and you'll understand.
No, I thought she was going to say that Mike just does everything.
I mean, a great partner is definitely the most helpful thing. Like, I do not have to worry. When I still shoot weddings, I do not have to worry. Like, if there's things that have to be done, they're done. So I'm very, very lucky in that regard, and that he encourages me to keep doing this because he knows I love it most of the time.
I love that.
But my kids are older, like they're all teenagers now. But when they were younger, when I first had kids, I had to put like my business on the back burner for a couple years because there was just no way. So it was just impossible to be able. I had 3 kids that were under the age of 2, and being able to put any effort into a business at that point was not possible. So
I think a part of being a good business owner is being adaptable.
It is, but it's also so hard when you've worked to build something and then you have to
shift.
Yeah, because as good as my husband is, like, you know, it's not like when we had 3 kids that he put his career on the back burner. Like, it was me that put mine because I'm my own boss. And so since it's me running the business and I don't have like a job that's, a secure job, even though it's been 22 years, like it was easy to say like I would take a step back. And I don't love that. Like, I feel like, and we like that was a point of contention in our marriage for a long time because I was just like, I worked my ass off to get where I am. Like at that point, I was booking 40 plus weddings a year.
That's
Every
wild.
single person.
That's a lot.
Yeah, every single person that would message me would book me. Like I was at the top of my game, and then I had children and destroyed it. I love them.
No, I mean that's
yeah, but it's hard.
But that's a thing about being a woman in business. There are things that we have to go through that men do not. It's not like they're the ones carrying the children or breastfeeding them or you know what I mean? Like we have to make sacrifices in so many different ways for our family
and even
that men can't do.
Right. And even in like the business and photography, like I was pregnant with twins and gave birth to them when I was 35 weeks, but shot my last wedding, I think I was 30 or 32 weeks.
That's insane.
People
can't imagine twins.
Yeah, like I would walk into the room, people were like, you shouldn't be here. Like, are you going to give birth here? And I'm like, no, I still have like 10 weeks. But I just remember like it was so hard because obviously in this career, like you are putting everybody in front of yourself. And like it got to the point where like I remember one of my good friends, a hair and makeup artist, and she was like there through the whole thing. And so she was eating dinner with us, and the bride and groom came over and they were like, we need you to take photos. It was like right after we were served our dinner. And my friend Steen was like, absolutely not. She's 32 weeks pregnant. You're going to let her sit and eat her dinner. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, because you're just like, like obviously I would have just gotten up and done it, but having people in your corner that like support you and are like, no, this is not what's gonna
Yeah.
is
A
good.
career in motherhood, it's so like it is just so different for women. Whether it's just being at their job or running a business. It doesn't even have to be being a quote girl boss. It is literally just everyday life. Like I think all the time, like I get my period and I'm like, you could never.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
Truly.
you would be on your deathbed if you had to go through this once a month. You would call like there's no way. And meanwhile,
There's no way.
like you're bleeding through things and you're like, but I gotta go to pickup. Or like so and so forgot their tablet at school. Let me go run that over while I look like I died 4 times over.
Yeah, or like kids are sick. Like, so who ends up canceling a session? Like, like, I'm sorry, I can't be there. My children are sick. Like, so I think that's like such a huge thing when you call somebody a girl boss. Like, they're not just like in charge of the business. Like, you're in charge, you're like juggling so many different things at once. And like, that's what it's more than girl boss.
Just no, I agree with you. That was always a point of contention in my marriage too, was that like the kids were sick and I would have to reschedule. He wouldn't take, just because like my job was more like I could be a little bit more fluid, I guess, because it's like they automatically would think like, oh, well, you make your own schedule, so you can just reschedule that. Like my schedule is kind of set. And it's like, well, no. So same thing, like we really had to work through that and we still work through that on who has to sacrifice, what time or what needs done.
And mine is like the exact opposite for so long because even from the beginning, like before we were married, before we had kids, everything, I had always made it clear that like I wanted to be able to be home. And my husband is the same. His mom was home with him and his brother. Like he very much wanted to be able to do the like stay at home route where not if I wanted to work, he would have been like, go for it. We'll fit like he wasn't like, no, you have to stay home or anything like that. I wanted to as well to be here because, I didn't want to have to worry about, oh, somebody's sick. What do we do? And when I worked in the salon, like our hours were insane. I couldn't imagine working in a salon now and trying to manage my kids' schedules with it.
Oh.
Like I worked every Saturday. I worked evenings a lot. And with my kids' schedules, like it just would have been really, really difficult to maintain. And luckily we were both on the same page with it. And we are fortunate enough that I have been able to do it this long. And now.
But people think, let me interrupt a second because people think that, yes, it's a privilege to be able to stay home with your kids. But I feel like there is this negative stigma around it that like you don't have to sacrifice things, or it's like, oh, well, you're home with the kids, like you don't work or whatever.
It's a huge sacrifice.
Yeah, like, but do you agree with that? That I feel like
yes, I do.
People think that like you're spoiled or something if you get to stay home with your kids.
And luckily, like my husband has made it very clear. Like I forget what none of our kids have ever been like, well, mom just doesn't work or anything like that. But one of them said something once about like him going to work and me being home. And he looked at them and he was like, dude, mom's job is 1,000 times harder than mine. Like he very much understands that like my job is harder 100%. Like he's like, he'll say it, he'll be like, I could never. And he knows. So that gives me the upper hand. But at the same time, now that I am starting to, dabble in the business world.
Yeah,
he is having to figure that out a little bit. And it hasn't been an issue yet for the most part. He's definitely like, we've talked about doing retreats and things like that where I would be gone overnight. And he's like, I can see the panic in his face.
It's new for him.
It is new for him. And I get it because our toddler is really difficult, but like he can figure it out. He's very, very capable. And I know that of him too. And I think that as this gets hopefully to be a bigger thing, we'll make it work and everything. But he is seeing, like, I was like, hey, I have to work. But the good thing is with me being, my own boss, so to speak, like, I don't have to say, we were looking at markets for over the summer to do or events and stuff. And we're all just kind of like, hey, I don't know if we can make this work for these Saturday events because of weddings and my kids have baseball and stuff like that. And we're just like, okay. Like, it's not like a huge thing to say. Like, do I wish we could do them? Yeah. But at the same time, I wouldn't want to miss out on everything for my kids too.
Yeah.
So
and there's
I don't
like, I cannot wait till wedding days and I'm gone for 10 hours a day.
I mean, but I spend 10 hours at a baseball field.
I could never.
So, and like, I love it. Like, I'm so ready for it.
Yeah. It's hard. It's such a, I learned over these past, actually, when we started doing this, that's when I learned, even with motherhood, it helped me, like, between running the businesses, motherhood, being a good spouse, like, being a spouse, like, we needed therapy. We needed to be able to talk it through. Because, like, my husband's job is also, he also runs a business. So he understands, but he also is the primary breadwinner in our family. So sometimes that would take, like, that takes precedence over. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, we need to pay our mortgage, but, like, I got work, like, we had to find a way that we could talk about it without having my work, like, seem diminished compared to his. So that was a big thing that we needed to find ways to talk to each other. But then, and also splitting the housework. That was a huge thing. But finding time for myself too, that wasn't just because turning photography, like, it was a hobby when I was younger. It's still a business, like, it's not, sometimes I would, like, go to shoots and he'd be like, have fun. And I wanted to be like, I had to, like, have this conversation with him. And I was like, it's not have fun. Like, if you went to work every day and I was like, have fun, you would be like, the fuck?
Yeah.
What? Like you said, going out for 10-hour weddings. Like, I was stressed. Like, I was so worried that the kids would get me sick before a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I was so worried that, like, I actively had a miscarriage through a wedding day. Like, there's certain things that, like, I couldn't just, like, call off. You know what I mean? And, like, have to, oh, I'm sick today, I can't do it. So it's those things that I was like, there's so many sacrifices. But then I needed to also find ways to still be me. Not the spouse, not the business owner, not the mom, not the, like, house taker care of or whatever.
House
like,
taker carer.
I was like, how do I also still get to be me? And that's sort of where Jenny, when we started book club, and then guys, when we started doing this, I was like finding myself again too, and finding that balance, because that's freaking hard.
It is hard. And I've said it so many times that I have felt more myself the last 2 years than I did I have in a very, very long time. Like, I actually saw, oh, sorry. I'm holding my dog, just so everybody knows. She's very tiny. I saw a reel or something recently that said, like, so many, like, 30, whatever year olds or millennials are still acting like, what was it? So I'm not acting like they're 16, but feel 16, but, like, we like that version of ourselves now.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're 16, you're like, you think you like yourself, but at the same time, I don't know. I forget exactly what it said. Now I'm annoyed because it resonated with me, where it's like, you like who you are now, even, and but you still have that same, like, mentality of it. You're more yourself. Yeah. You're the person you were at 16, but you like yourself.
Yeah,
you like yourself
things,
now. Or
you've
something.
grown up and, like, learned.
Yes, and it's true. I do feel like I lost myself to motherhood for so long. And I don't say that in a negative way. It's just, it was my whole identity. And it still is, I'm my kid's mom 100%, but it's just so nice to be able to have that little bit of, like, okay, I don't have to be mom for a little bit. I can go and be Mary Beth and do this and, everything.
I think
Girl
that's
bossy.
important. That's something that even when I'm doing like family shoots or when I'm doing things, like sometimes the moms, we talk about that because, especially if people with littles, because I feel like you have to learn from that. Like, I wish I would have done this sooner. I wish I would have found things for myself sooner. I feel like I would have been a healthier version of myself.
Oh, me too. 100%. Like, I still get annoyed that, like, it took me so long to start an anxiety medicine because I think it's, like, changed my life a lot too. But what are you going to do? You can't sit and stew over it. But at the same time, like, I don't ever consider myself a bad mom or anything like that. But I was one that, like, there's so many things I could have done differently. And I think it would have made me a more patient mom and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. But I'm also, like, very happy with where I am now in motherhood, in life, in my relationship, stuff like that.
But that's where we can be an outlet here. So if there's younger moms that are listening, that we can be like, hey, it's okay to
Mm-hmm.
get help. It's okay that if you like, because same thing, I forgot to say, like, yeah, my first job is stay at home mom. Like I am the one that's home with the toddler. I am the one that's here. So I still do that in the mix too. But like, that we can tell other moms, like, hey, it's okay to start your side hustle. It's okay to do
Mm-hmm.
that and find that when your kids are younger.
Yeah.
Because Jenny, you and I running those businesses, when our kids were like, my kids are still small, but like yours were small and you were at the peak of your career. And we didn't have people there to tell us, hey, that's okay that you're doing both. And it's really freaking hard. Here's something for yourself.
This makes me want to segue into
Segway, baby. Segway. Get on our 3-person bike and segway.
No, I just am wondering, like, I feel like just as a girl business, so a woman who owns a business, like so many, like you were talking about, so many times, like people are just like, oh, like, isn't that cute? You have a hobby that pays you on the side. Um, and like even like my own parents, like, like if I said to them when I was younger, like, the kids are sick, they're home from school, like Mike can't take off work, like, can you come and watch them while I go take a shoot? And they'd be like, oh, but like that's just like a fun thing. Like, can't you just like, And so like even
Ugh.
like hearing from like your own family, like that like what you're doing is like not as important as like having a real job. Like that was always something I struggled with because I was like, sure, like, sure.
Yeah.
My husband goes to a job where, he works in a big team and everything. But like, does that not make my job even harder? Because I play not only the role of owner, CEO, secretary, uh, talent, photographer, like, so like it's like me being in charge of everything. And so like I had to have that discussion with like not only my husband, but like my whole family that like all of this falls on me. So if I'm not able to do my work, there's no business. And like,
Mm-hmm.
what is like, why would you want somebody to put all of that work into something and it not succeed? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
That's
I feel like
that's heavy.
have you felt that same thing too, where people are just like, oh, like, isn't that cute? Isn't it cute that like you take pictures or you make little
100%.
wooden toys? Like, how cute. And you're just like,
Meanwhile, those wooden toys take hours upon hours. You edit for hours upon hours of these. Like, I see your guys' like hustle of it um all the time, how hard you both work at your cute little jobs. So fuck those
Yeah.
people. I'm so mad now for
well,
you guys
but I
because
just don't understand why that is just where people go when people have when women own businesses. If a man owns a business, then it's his career. If a woman
Yeah.
owns a business, then it's a hobby that's cute that turned into her making some money.
It feels like it stems in my brain. Like I immediately think like, well, it stems because like if you're a mother, then like that's what that's what you should be doing. Like if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're not going to work to a 9 to 5 job, that's what you have to do. Like that's just like my husband is a dad first and foremost, and then he has his career. But for us,
it feels like it's switched. Like
I know, but it doesn't feel that way.
Right.
It doesn't feel that way. And I agree with you. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
And I'll be honest, it was when I decided to run my own business. So I was an assistant curator at a big art gallery in Pittsburgh when I first met my husband. And when we first met, I was just on the cusp of leaving my like salary benefits job to start my own business. Like that was, and it was like, hey, like I'm going to be hustling. Like this is who I am. Like this is what's going to be going on. And I actually did sports photography then. I didn't do as many weddings. Like I did weddings when I could, but it wasn't what my career was. And so I was leaving the security of that job, and it was just like, but also in the back of our minds, when we got more serious, it was, well, if I'm considering this path, I can make my own schedule. I can choose once we start a family what I will do. And I think for us, that set us up as, I don't want to say it set us up for failure, but it gave him a different mentality. So that was something that as a couple, it took us a lot of time to overcome, that it wasn't like my job was secondary. But like how you said your parents like felt that way, I think for him and he supports me in all my crazy ridiculousness. So we have our shit, but I have to give him kudos that like we've been through it, and you guys know, like with our careers, you guys have been he's like, well, do you have to tell the girls everything? I'm like, sure do.
God forbid I report to headquarters.
Right. You are headquarters. But we have been through it in all of that like, yeah. So like I did stop doing work for a solid period of time when I had the kids. But then I would get back into it, and finding that way for us to transition and have it not be like that sort of thing. Well, it's just this, you can reschedule. Well, actually, no, I can't, because these people are relying on me, and they like, I'm the business owner that has to go to them. I'm the scheduler. Exactly like you said, you have to do all of that work. And it's not just like, oh, hey, I can't make it.
Right.
It's not calling off and being done with it.
And that's where, like, I think that, so my husband, he works, and his schedule is, he has, he works 40 hours a week, but at the same time with his job, and I think that like this could be where in the future, like it's not an issue right now, but if we were to get busier and I would have more commitments that would like take me away from the house for any reason, that's where things might get tricky for us. Because with his job, look at you both drinking your waters. Good job, FYI. I think so for his job, like how it works is he fixes hospital equipment. So like, let's say like there's days where I'll get a text and he'll be like, hey, I'm going to be late. And I didn't really understand until recently, because I finally, Jenny, I think it was you who said something. You were like, well, does he have to do this or something like that? He actually does. But like if he, like I truly didn't, and he's done this our entire relationship. But if he like starts a repair before the end of the day, or like his like time where he would clock out and he can get it done, he has to. Like, he has to fix it. He can't pass it off to somebody else. Like, let's say he starts something on a Friday afternoon and like the part's going to be there Saturday. He has to go in on Saturday and fix it because he can't pass it off to the person who's on call or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
he's got to finish the job.
So like, and what I didn't realize that was how it worked, because for a while I was like, dude, like, I need you to be here. Like we have 3 kids, blah, blah. And then when I don't know why I never thought to be like, wait, you have to do this.
You're like, oh, that's like actually in your job description.
Like you literally have to be the one to do this. I was like, shit. So now it's a little easier.
Okay.
But I do think he doesn't always like the way that, and we've had talks about it. He'll be like, I have to work Saturday. Not like, hey, what's going on Saturday if I have to work type of deal. And we've talked about it and he's gotten so much better with it because like, yes, 99.999% of the time I'm here. I can make it work. I can finagle whatever we need to for this. But at the same time, I'm like, it would be a whole lot easier if you didn't have to do this.
Yeah.
Or like, he does have to work some Saturday, but for a while I was like, why do you have to fucking work like on Saturday? Like we're busy. What? I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean you're going to be late? And he's like, I have to fix this. And I thought it was just his mentality of like, he has to do it, but it's not. It's actually his job.
You're like, oh, okay. Oops.
But he is very supportive in what we're doing. And I've made it very clear, and he's made it clear that like, I still want to be available to do the things with my kids that I am. Yeah. And I still want to be available for them in the same capacity I always have been. Like we have always said, you know, that if I needed to work, like our kids would go to daycare. We wouldn't rely on family members or anything like that because like they've raised kids, everything. So like even if I got a real job, so to speak, I'm using air quotes, it wouldn't pay for daycare. Daycare is so expensive. So I forget where I was going with this.
That became one of the reasons that my career shifted and different things like that was because the amount of jobs that I was taking for me to do the back end work, you know, the scheduling, the editing, because, you know, like in the business being a one-man show, doing all of those things with 4 kids, it was going to cost more before they were in school. You know what I mean? Like the different things, it was going to cost more than I was going to make.
Right.
To be able to do some of the things. So yeah, again, we had to adjust and adapt. And I think communication with your partner, I think that those are the biggest things. And it's been such a learning curve for him and I. And
yes. And it'll be a big learning curve for us too.
Yeah.
As I'm hoping this business grows and we get busier and I have more things to do. But it's also been really cool for like, I was doing stuff for our event, like on my dining room table. Like we don't have a spare room in our house for like an office or a space like that. So like I'll have my dining room table all set up with like my press and stuff like that for our crew necks we make and everything like that. And like one of the kids came over to sit at the table and he was like, guys, you can't mess with mom's stuff right now. Like she's working. But he said it serious.
You're like,
I was like, and it was like, it just meant a lot to me that he wasn't looking at it as like, oh, mom's working. He was like, hey, like you can sit with mom, but like don't touch any of her stuff. Don't get stuff on the table. Like she's doing stuff for work. And that was really cool. But it's also been really fun though, that like, yes, I'm working, but I'm sitting here talking to my son. You know, I'm talking to him. He's, you know, helping clean up from dinner or whatever type of deal. And where I'm able to do it while still being present and being here with my family, which means a lot to me. I don't think I could work for anybody. I don't think I could be on someone else's schedule. I really don't.
Couldn't. That's one of the reasons that I love my job. I could never. Like at this point in time, I could not. Oh my God, yeah. With the children's toy business, I love it because the kids work in the workshop with me. Or if I'm painting things, the kids can also paint their own things. All right, so where do you guys want to see your businesses in the next 5 years?
Oh, okay. 5 years from now. I always relate like how old my kids will be in 5 years.
Yeah.
So in 5 years, I will have an almost 9-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 17-year-old, which is like that makes me want to barf
crazy
to think about because I am only 20. So
We're just tiny little babies over here.
I'm just a bellboy. But I really, really hope we are still doing this. And I also really hope we're doing it in a studio. I hope that we have a little studio set up. I hope that we have some sponsors paying for that. I would like to be doing more like on Instagram, not so much like influencing, but more content, like, on that end of it, doing stuff like that, because I really enjoy it. I want to have our website grow. I would love to do a blog on our website.
I think you should.
A weekly blog. Do people still read blogs? Does it matter? I guess I could do it anyway.
You can do whatever you want.
I could do me. I'm a business girl. But yeah, I would love to write a blog or some sort of, I know there's Substack and stuff like that. My mom was a writer. My sister is a writer, and I'm not nearly as developed with it as my mom was and my sister is. Like, she went to school for it, but I do like to write. I like that aspect. So I would love to do something like that. I hope that Jenny has moved closer to us and we live on our family compound, or at least within the same zip code. And yeah, I just hope that, like, I think it'd be so cool.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Even if like we got a she shed for our studio, you know what I mean? Like, how fun would that be to have just like a little area for us in our studio?
A studio would be so amazing.
In 5 years, awesome. My kids will all be like going off to college.
So yeah,
that's crazy.
We can turn one of their rooms into our studio.
No. We will get our own.
So that's my goal. I hope to still be doing this with you. I hope it's at a bigger capacity, like sponsors, and I don't know, just doing more of it, I guess. And I also really hope that my oldest is getting a scholarship, because he'll be 17 and looking at colleges, and I hope he's achieving his dreams as well.
Jenny?
Those are lofty goals. Those are serious lofty goals. I was like, in 5 years, what am I? I'm going to be a Walmart greeter.
No, you are not. Shut up.
No, I'm at the point in my career where, like, I'm going to have to pivot probably pretty soon, just because in 5 years I'll be 50. I'll be 51.
Did you have to add the one that?
It's a lot. Just let me.
Rude.
Only because I just would like to point out to everyone that the year that Jenny turns 50, I will turn 40, and we have already decided we're going on an all-inclusive vacation together, and that's in 4 years. That's why it was.
That'll be paid for. That'll actually be paid for and sponsored by.
That's also part of my goal, is for that trip to be paid for.
We'll be podcasting from a remote island.
Perfect. Anyway,
done.
So Jenny.
Yeah, but I mean, I need to really sit down with myself and all of my inner personalities and have a board meeting about what it's really hard, because I love photography so much, and like I can't imagine like not having that as part of my life. But will I still be able to like do a 10-hour day wedding? No, probably not. So like shorter wedding days and portrait sessions, but I would love to be able to put together like some kind of online learning thing, or
I love
that would be so good.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to help me execute this.
Organize that.
Yes. But
Rachel's like, done.
Yes.
I'm like,
yes, right. Some way to continue to make income, like, passively, based on all of the experience that I've had. So
I think that's amazing, and I think you would be so good at that.
I hope.
I do too. I think you would be really good at it, because you're so like, your energy with stuff. I like you. What did you say last night? You're either chaotic or comatose, and that's very true.
Yes.
And I mean that with love. Like,
Yeah.
it's truth though. But your energy when you are passionate about something is so good and so fun. And like, fuck, I'm not even a photographer or any sorts. And like, I would want to take a class from you because I just think it would be very, very fun and like so educational and helpful
And chaotic.
and chaotic.
But that's part of the fun. Like, I loved getting to shoot that wedding in New York City with you. That was so fun. I loved seeing the way your brain worked and seeing the final shots. Like, I feel like you could totally.
I think it is very interesting for people who have never like, and that's probably why some people are like, oh, like what you do, that's just like fun because they know my personality. But like me on a wedding day, completely different person. And I
Yeah.
think that like people don't usually see that side of me. And that's, something.
You're still fun and a little chaotic, but I feel like part of that is what brings your clients comfort and gets them to be who they are for you to take those. You know what I mean? Like it gives them comfort to get their photo taken when they may be in a situation that doesn't, like it's not their everyday lives
No.
all the time
Right.
being in front of a camera like that. So yeah, I think that you need both of those, but you're a professional. You've been doing this, like we said, for 2 decades. Like you're a professional. So that
Yeah.
shows.
I'm really afraid. My computer is plugged in, but now it says it's going to die. Which, as a girl boss, I'm like, I need a man boss right now to figure this out for me.
You need the geek squad.
Yes, I don't know. It might die in a second here. So
That's
I
not
am
good.
cracking up because do you remember the day that something happened with like your payment on your website or whatever? And you were like spazzing out, which is fair. But like I said something to my husband about it, and he was like, isn't her husband in IT? Like, I was like, I don't know. I think so.
not the right IT to help me. And trust me.
Because you were like, because I said that. I was like, can't Mike help you? And you were like, no, he's dumb.
Not the right IT to help me. And honestly, we're both Aries. We cannot help each other. We just are like rams ramming each other.
That's how we are too. I cannot like work with oh sorry,
Her dog is just making out with her right now.
I'm getting public fishes.
Oh my God. I just
So
saw a
gross.
fact the other day that said how much fecal matter is in a dog's mouth. Oh my God.
I love this creature so much.
I like my dog.
Look how romantic she is. Hi. She gave me a little nibble.
On that note, I don't know what
Hi.
my computer might die.
Oh no.
One of the things you wanted to talk about was like female-owned businesses that we like.
Yes. Do you
that
have
we'll
any that
like.
you love?
You said a lot of them, which I really like Cockmark.
Susie
we love
at
her.
Cockmark.
Susie at
She's so cool.
Cockmark. Mega Babe. That's the deodorant.
Yes, so I use Mega Babe deodorant, and it's female owned. She makes like those like thigh sticks and like all kinds of other stuff, and I
need one of
love
those.
her.
You have Made by Mary, who I love her jewelry too. She's a jewelry company. I don't have anything by her, but it's all so pretty. It's like dainty and fine. And another one who's similar to her is it's called Leo and Lynn. And she's like a local.
Yeah.
She's local too. And I have a necklace from her that I wear. I have not taken it off since I got it. And it's just 3 little discs on a chain with like an A, a Q, and a T for my kids.
Oh,
and
cute.
I seriously have never taken it off since I got it. So she's awesome. She makes a ton of like custom like stamped jewelry and everything like that.
Yeah. Another local person, her name's Caitlin Thomas. She runs this thing called Beyond Boss.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, so she's like if you would look on her Instagram, it says where ambitious Pittsburgh women find clarity, community, and consistency in business and life. And so she basically does like memberships for women owned businesses and is kind of like a marketing agency and stuff, but she like connects people together. She's all about like helping you find balance. And I think she runs sometimes like meetups and like do you know her, Jenny?
Yeah, she's a photographer. And
Yeah.
this is kind of what she's transitioned into.
Is she segueing into
Yeah,
it?
she's segueing.
Oh. What
But
if our first sponsor was Segways?
I would die. Yeah, I didn't know who she was. That's very cool. I'll have to look.
Yeah. I would actually love for us to connect with her on something. That would be really cool.
Another person I want to mention, and I forgot to put her in our note because she like is our friend Anna is
Content
a
creator.
social media
Yeah.
content creator for a ton of local companies and does different partnerships. Like she's done partnerships with like Monster Jam and the zoo, our Pittsburgh Zoo. Sheets, I think at one point she had one with BJ's Wholesale. I'm trying to think who else, just like literally off the top of my head.
No, I love that. I forgot.
She's
How
done
did
a
we
bunch of
not
different
even...
stuff. I know, our sweet Anna Hinkle Creative. She has done a ton of different partnerships with things like that. I remember when our youngest kids were little, we would be in Target and she the one time was like, "Hey, I need you to film me picking these like scent sickles up like at Christmas time." For like a brand partnership.
Yeah.
So yeah, she runs her own business and she's the boss. So yeah, good Anna. Shout out to her. I love her. She's one of my best friends. Another one is, and this is like a big company, is Uncommon James by Kristen Cavallari.
Oh, you guys love your Kristen.
I love my K-Cav, but she has made it very clear. And like she has a podcast now. Uncommon James is a big company. They do like jewelry, like she has cookbooks, but she has made it very clear that like she did not take a single cent from her ex-husband Jay Cutler to start any of this. I mean, yeah, she was on Laguna Beach, like she had money and stuff like that, but still, like she did it all on her own. So I love her just in general anyway.
Yeah.
One more is she's an influencer, but her handle is Hey Sleepy Baby. Her name is Rachel Oda. Or Oda, I think. And she, yes, is like has a platform on Instagram, but she does all things like sleep related to babies and toddlers. But she also she creates courses and she has an app called Gold Mines with like story time and stuff that my kids really like. And I just her overall vibe online is so good. And she's very much like, she is a girl boss and she will tell you she's a girl boss. But I love her. So I just wanted to mention her because I've gotten a lot of good like sleep hacks from her. Cool. What? Yes, sweetie.
I just have a question to pose to both of you.
Okay. What is
that? And it's something like, that I think about. So like obviously like there's girl bosses like us. It's us. Like, we don't have outside, not that we don't have outside support, but like it's, like it's just us.
We don't have a team.
Right. So how do you think that compares to like these people who are influencers or who are famous that have, because I feel like it's so hard when you're like, okay, like obviously like Gwyneth Paltrow, right? She's the one who has Goop. Is that her?
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, like my kids looking at her as a girl boss, they're like, oh, like, she's a woman-owned business, but also she has how many people behind her? Like it's her name on it. Like, so like not taking away from anything that is women owned. Like you support the shit out of anything that's women owned, but like just like the difference between real made at home girl bosses compared to like people who have like a team behind them.
Right. Now I do have something to say about this actually. So mine's more on not like the celebrity side of it, but like influencers on like Instagram and stuff like that. I follow several Instagram influencers who I really like, who all have made it clear that like their husbands have been able to become stay-at-home dads because of them being influencers. Like one of them who I really like, her handle is Better with Chardonnay. She'll do like a Q&A every now and then. And one of it was like, what does your husband do for work? And she was like, oh, he runs the business side of Better with Chardonnay. And like, she's like, and he also does investments or whatever. But like, and same with Hey Sleepy Baby. Her husband a year or two ago was able to become a stay-at-home dad and he loves it. He has his own account that he runs where he's like, I do the school drop-offs. I do this. Because of her business, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think celebrities, it's a little, I don't want to diminish it, but at the same time, like they have big teams behind them.
I feel like they're not comparable. Like you know what I mean?
Not.
Because we're trying to get our kids toys. Some of them we're trying to get like some wholesale. Like we've done a little bit of wholesale here and there. But we don't have a team behind us. It's me and Pappy over here, my dad, making, you know.
Right.
Like, yeah, I mean, it's a grind.
Right. And even same, like with these influencers, you know, the one I mentioned, she started like a t-shirt line and stuff like that. But like, she's not pressing them herself with a Cricut like we are right now, you know, and hopefully maybe someday I'll be able to. So it is different in that aspect. But, you know, she still created them. She's like, I designed all these, I did this, but at the same time, like she's not fulfilling them.
Yeah, not to diminish. She had to start from somewhere. You know what I mean? Like everybody has to start from zero. So that I can see. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's like comparing apples to oranges in some of it.
I think Gwyneth Paltrow is weird, FYI. I'm just going to throw that out there.
I mean,
I find her to be strange.
She's interesting.
You know her personally?
Didn't she make a vagina scented candle?
No.
Yeah, I thought she made a candle that smells like her vagina.
No.
Hold on. I'm fairly certain.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow's This Smells Like My Vagina candle is a provocative luxury item from her lifestyle brand Goop. Created in collaboration with perfumer, not performer, perfumer Heretic. Launched as a punk rock feminist statement, it features notes of geranium, citrus, bergamot, cedar, damask rose, aimed at promoting body positivity and challenging shame. So maybe it doesn't smell exactly like her vagina, but that's what it's called.
No, I've never smelled Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina, to tell you. She's interesting. I love her as Pepper Potts in the Iron Man movies.
But she's a business girl.
Sure is.
She's a businesswoman.
Yeah, I feel like she would have a briefcase.
Pepper Potts carries a briefcase, so yeah.
She sure does. Anybody have anything to add?
No, but I liked this episode. I hope people listen to it because I feel a little bit empowered.
I was gonna say, I hope people feel inspired to go do their own thing. You can do it. You can have it all. You can have it all.
You to have it all. Oh,
it's hard as fuck.
You to have it all.
But you
I love that song by Jason Mraz. But I really like what we're doing, and I really hope to continue doing it. And I hope that even if it's a little bit of an inspiration to somebody, like I'll be happy. You know?
Yeah.
I like when people come up and they're like, oh my God, I love this. I love this. It makes me really happy because we create it. Yeah.
Oh, I love you guys. All right. Well, if you've hung around this long, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Somebody else do the outro.
As always.
Wait,
or do you want to do it?
Make Jenny do it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Shug, do you want to do the outro?
The only thing that
you're a business girl.
I was just thinking, you know how Justin Timberlake he did that. I'm just I can't even do it. He's like, Justin Timberlake. I was like, yes. I was like, girl boss, girl boss, girl boss, girl boss.
See you next time.